Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down how to set quality sales appointments and have a massively high show rate as well. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Grant Mitt. I'm an entrepreneur. I built an 8-figure residential solar company by the time I was 25. I also have the Grant Mitt podcast. It's listened to in 139 countries. And I hope entrepreneurs like yourself, maybe you're a salesperson, grow and scale their business and really just teach you all the dumb mistakes and mess ups that I've learned on my journey so I can save you time and just help you become more successful. So let's talk about how to do this. And the amazing thing about appointment setting, well, maybe bad depending on how good you are, is it has a positive or negative ripple effect in almost every area of your business. Think about it. If you set a higher or more appointments with a higher show rate, you're going to retain your sales reps more. If you set better appointments, they're going to show up more and you're going to close more deals. If you close more deals, your customer acquisition is going to be lower and you're going to retain more customers and help pitch better customers, which is what we all want as business owners, entrepreneurs, or salespeople. Okay, so when I came into my industry, the average pitch rate was about 25 to 30%. Hell, some companies were doing 15 to 20. And I started mastering sales and I got a lot of sales training stuff so you can kind of learn a lot of my methods. And I haven't even put everything out there yet. And I'll make more videos for you guys. But I was able to get my personal pitch percentage to 55 to 58% on average. And I was trying to figure out, can I get the company's pitch percentage above 45%? Is that even possible? And the answer was yes. In fact, I did it for 4 or 5 years straight. So here is how I did it. And I had my sales teams copy my scripts, my tone, how I answered things, how I answered objections, everything. So I could replicate these same behaviors. And I'm about to teach it to you in about 10, 15 minutes, okay? So the first thing to realize about appointment setting is your prospects, even though they were the most interested when they filled out this lead, maybe, we all know most leads suck, they don't really care. They don't care. Some care more than others, obviously, but you have to realize that they might have had an immediate emotion to fill it out. And the faster you call them from the point they send in the lead, the higher the interest they have. So before I teach you anything, if you're taking an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, even 5 minutes, and if you're waiting a week, then just turn this damn thing off and quit because I don't know what the hell you're doing. The faster you call your leads, the easier it is to close. That is rule number one. If you don't listen to anything, you only improve that, everything will get better, okay? First thing is immediate value, right? You need to say something that makes them stop thinking, stop being distracted, and go, okay, I need to listen to this. Something, okay? For myself in the residential solar industry, for us, we have federal tax credit. People get back 5 to 15 grand, sometimes even more in tax credits, all right? And they're zero down. We have really good financing options. So what we do is say, hey, is this John? Yep, this is John. Hey, John, this is Grant with XYZ, reaching out because we just got your inquiry into solar. Right now, the government's giving out anywhere between $5,000 to $15,000 right now just for going solar. And because we have the largest network of installers in the country, we're doing things like zero down and also waiving installation as well. Typically, the next step, okay, and I'm going to get to the rest part of the pitch, but pay attention to a couple things I did. Number one, I let him answer that it was his name, but I did not allow him to interject at all. Okay, I had a run-on sentence and sped up my tone to create momentum and then emphasize what I wanted his brain to process. Okay, and then the second part of the value, I was a little bit quicker, but I still emphasized it enough for his brain to process it. Okay, if you say it really quick, it's going to go in one ear, out the other. So if you don't emphasize what you want them to know, they're not going to know anything you're saying, they're not going to care, and they're definitely going to no-show you and go do something else that they care about more. Okay? So immediate value, whatever it is for your company, and just so you know, for some of you guys, you're like, well, Grant, I'm not in solar. I've worked with dozens of different types of companies from $100,000 a year to $450 million a year, and it's all the same stuff. Okay? Setting appointments is setting appointments. Okay, so once I've got through that, zero down as well. So typically the next step in the process, John, just setting up a remote phone appointment just to take a look at your property and see if it's going to be solar capable. I have 2 slots open today. I got a 3 o'clock and a 6 o'clock. Which one works better for you? Okay, so a couple different things. You see how I slowed down, I emphasized the times, and you notice another thing. I told them 2 same day times. This is another thing that just makes me want to lose my mind. If you're setting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and even 2 weeks out appointments, look at yourself in the mirror, pause this video, and walk in the bathroom right now and ask yourself, what the hell are you thinking about? I'm dead serious when I say this. It is the dumbest thing you could ever do. No offense, but I'm gonna say if you're doing this, you need to be accountable and be like, okay, that is kind of dumb, right? We have data on this, that if we set same day appointments, our pitch percentage is over 60%, it's around 65%. Next day is about 35 to 42%. 3 days out is about 20%, and 4 days out is less than 10%. I don't even track anything out of that. And it was so much so, and we had years long data of this, that we made it a policy that you're only allowed to do same day, next day. You can do 3 days out, but just know when you post that, you're gonna have your manager reach out and say, hey, what happened, and listen to the recording. If they say 3 or 4 days out, you're gonna battle them until they say no, because it would be better for you to book another appointment than have a no-show that you put on calendar for no reason. Okay, so this is so important. Now, when I get to the firm times, I want 2 outcomes to occur. The first one is the best outcome. I'll take a 3 o'clock, Grant. I'll take a 6 o'clock. The second is they are going to object. Okay, and this is common. They're gonna go, well, man, I'm just kind of backed up right now. Oh man, I'm kind of not interested. I already looked at solar, blah, blah, blah. Now, I could go through 20 minutes of training on how to handle objections here, and I want to make another video on objection training, generally speaking, but I'm going to give you an idea of how I would handle someone that said, man, I looked at it, it's just, I don't know if we're interested right now. Or, do you have something like next week? I'm just swamped right now. When they say those 2 things, generally speaking, the one that said they looked at already is a little bit different, but I can still answer this objection the same way. They're basically saying, Grant, I'm kind of interested, but I don't want to listen to a sales pitch, much less talk to some random guy for an hour. I'm probably going to no-show you and waste your time, and I don't feel like telling you no, so let's just set it out for next Friday and let's just see what happens, okay? That's essentially what they're saying. So what I want to do is what I call pulling the rug. And it's pulling back leverage, it's taking back their power and resetting. Okay, so this is how I would say it. I'd go, oh man, I completely understand. I've been swamped too. Look, I'd love to book out that far. Unfortunately, we are booked out then and we don't set out that far. But look, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. Unfortunately, it is a huge misconception that everyone can go solar. It really depends on the sunlight analysis of your home, the slope of your roof, and if it even makes financial sense. Okay, do you hear my tone there? I'm like, dude, I don't even know if this shit works. I'm like, dude, I don't even know. I'm like, and if it even makes financial sense. And what's cool is I've been doing this for a while. I've helped hundreds of people go solar. So there's not a situation I haven't seen yet. And I can figure out if it works for the home and makes sense in literally 5 to 8 minutes. And if it does, I'll help you out. But if not, it's no big deal, at least one off day. Is that cool with you? Okay, perfect. Does a 3 o'clock or 6 o'clock work better for you? See how I did that? So now he doesn't get to decide if he's going to buy my product. He doesn't even get the chance. And I don't really either, because it's 100% truthful. Just some people will show up to someone's house and we're like, sorry, you don't qualify. The utility isn't compatible. They don't have a buyback. The roofing's this, that, and the other. And like I mentioned earlier, guys, this is an example I'm giving you of a specific industry, but you can find out all this. And you know your industry 100% better than me because you're running that business. Whether you have a SaaS, whether you have a home improvement company, a home services company, a hospice, or medical service company, it doesn't matter what you have. It's all appointment setting. You don't know if it's going to work. And nobody who's barely interested wants to listen to some nonsense sales pitch for a damn hour. So I actually keep your damn word. You look and you say, hey, look, I know we talked about it earlier. I appreciate you showing up to the appointment. I'm going to run through this basics real quick. Give me this was this. I'm going to figure out if it makes sense. If it does, I'll break everything down. And then if it does, I break everything down and I treat it exactly like a normal appointment. This is the key thing I want you guys to take from this, along with all these intricate details, all right? When you are setting appointments, or your sales team is setting appointments, you're not selling the damn product. Huge mistake I see people make. They start selling their product, why it's the best, why they're this, why they're that. It doesn't matter. You're selling a damn at bat. You're selling an appointment. You could be the greatest hitter in Major League Baseball, but if you don't get to bat, you're not making it to the All-Stars, and you sure as hell ain't getting on base. Okay? You're selling why they should show up to something. You don't text the girl or the guy, for the girls listening or whatever, and say, hey, you know, and you ask her, what'd you eat? Oh, I had Chick-fil-A. Oh, okay, I had this and this. And then start asking her to marry you or him to marry you. No. You go on a date. You go on a date. You see if you're compatible. Heck, you go on mini dates. All right? So let's sell the damn appointment. Let's not sell the product yet. Okay? So they then answer and they go, okay, Grant, 6 o'clock is good. Okay? So we got the firm time. This is great. But the appointment is like 30% done. Okay, we need a first, or not first, but we need a next, make sure it's qualified so you don't waste your time, and then set expectations and pre-frame the outcome, all right? So qualified, this is gonna be how we do it in the solar industry. So I would say perfect. And just real quick, qualifying for solar, it is super easy, John. All you gotta do is own the property and have decent credit over 650. You own the home, right? And he goes, yeah, I've owned the home for like 10 years. You're like, perfect. What was your credit score last time you checked? Now, do you hear how direct I am? And you notice I didn't say, are you good there? If they're good there, it's easier to lie. Especially someone that's not interested. He may just want to hear me out and waste 45 minutes of my life or more. Okay? So I'm going to say, what's your credit score? If he goes, it's pretty good. I go, perfect. What was it the last time you checked? I'm going to double down. He goes, 725. For us, it's like you got to be over 650, okay? For you guys, y'all have different qualifications. I'm just giving you an example of mine. He goes, 725. I'll go, perfect. And do you have a spouse? Yes, I have a wife. Okay, perfect. Can she go ahead and make the 6 o'clock call as well? Yeah, I can get her there. The reason why I ask, we just like all the decision makers there just so we can answer everybody's questions. Is that cool with you? Okay, perfect. Okay, now this is another rule. You have to make sure all decision makers are there or you're wasting the damn time. Like, there's no point of this, okay? We want to get everyone there. If they're older, for example, we say, hey, do you have a son? Do you have a daughter? It just depends. You know, even if they're single, I'm like, does anybody else help you make decisions? They may have a girlfriend, boyfriend. They may be about to get married and you didn't ask clearly. So make sure that everybody is jumping on, okay? You confirm that and you've qualified everything. 4 is expectations and pre-frame. This is how you close higher deals and they show up prepared. I go, perfect, John. So what I'm gonna do is shoot over a confirmation text here in the next like 2-3 minutes or so. What I want you to do is, I know we got a couple hours to the appointment. It's super simple. I just want you to take a quick picture of that utility bill that you have, just so we can fast track the process, just so we can have a pretty good indication if it makes sense or not. And then if you have any questions in the meantime, please just write them down and I'll be happy to answer it at 4. And like I said, if it makes sense, we'll set you up tonight at 6. And if not, obviously it's no big deal. Sounds good with you? Perfect. Yeah, it sounds good, Grant. Look forward to talking to you then. Thanks. Bye. Done. Okay, so I set expectations. I pre-framed the outcome I wanted. I told him what I want him to do. And I also said, if you have questions, don't text me, don't call me. I don't want him to do that. I'm not a Google search engine. Remember, I'm not selling a product, I'm selling an appointment. I can sell the product when I'm in the appointment. But right now, we got to get them there and we got to make sure they're qualified and we got to make sure that they have agreed upon expectations. So he or she or the 2 of them or whatever is showing up knowing what's going to happen, how long it's going to take, what we're going to do, what they need to have. Okay? So this is how you did it. And also the results. We have had a consistent pitch percentage of 48 to 52% for over 5 years. Now, you have to grill the heck out of your sales reps. Every single day, we are practicing our scripts, our processes, appointment setting. We have where you can listen to any appointment set or actual appointment so we can actually critique our sales reps. And I want to do more trainings on my sales process and tonality, but one of the key things I want you to take away is 1 is the structure. Okay, same day, next day. right? And you notice every key part of that appointment setting, whereas my tone, when I allowed them to talk, how quickly I set the appointment, qualifying them, setting expectations. Each time you leave one of those things out, you're losing 10, 15, 20% of a show rate. So it has to be precise. And it's even harder when you're training other people. And this is why you got to train them every day till they're like a robot and they leave nothing to chance. And the more experience and time they've been doing sales, usually I found the worse they are, because they think they're cool and they can do it their own way, and then they get eaten alive. All right. So have a set process. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Guys, if you're a business owner, I also have actually individual group trainings, some one-on-ones, not much because of time constraints, and actually an inner circle group for 7 and 8 figure entrepreneurs. If you guys would like to apply, there's a link below, grantmittconsulting.com. I also have a 5-hour business mastery 1 training. It is below, and if you guys want to check that out, you're more than welcome to. Guys, if you enjoyed this, press the like button, subscribe, comment below. Thank you guys so much. I want to give you as much free value as possible. We'll see you again soon. Thanks, guys.